Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with Cutlery putting together a quick video on the newly anodized and modified ZT0762s that I've just worked on. I do have 5 of the 7 that I currently have in stock, anodized and ready to go. They are all posted on the website. If you tuned in for the earlier video on this knife, I kind of went over all of the basics, identified a couple issues that definitely weren't the best for the knife as far as the flipper tab and that type of thing. It had a very sharp, pointy flipper tab that after flipping it for a while during the day, my finger was sore as all get out. That issue has been alleviated on all of these knives by a little modification on each one's flipper tab, and then I have gone ahead and added 2 different flick modifications. They're standing out pretty heavily in the acid stone wash blades. So we'll kind of go through and see what we did with each one of these. Go ahead and start off with this very cool looking, got a nice gold background, and then hit it with storm treatment, so it's got a purple storm going through it. Definitely turned out very interesting. Let's go ahead and adjust this light a little bit and see if it gives us just a little bit better view of it. So it did take a heavier storm up in the screw portion of the clip and then coming down in. Tell you what, these clips have been a real pain in the butt to try and match the anodizing. Buff them all out and they still don't quite match everything else that's been buffed and anodized. So that has been an issue that they clearly had originally, because the blue didn't match from the lock bar to the pocket clip, and I'm seeing why. Must be a different titanium in the 2 different parts. Now what we've done here is we've done that same gold with the purple storm through it, and then I did take those steel liners and buff those out so they're not the flat black or the flat gray anymore. So that definitely gave it a little extra color. And then of course we went ahead and did the back spacers as well with the gold to match. So it definitely turned out very nice. And the flipper modification, this thing came up to a little bit more of a point originally. I just went ahead and ground it down just a little bit. Now definitely not a problem to flip out anymore. So that is a definite plus on these. If you do get the stock version, know that you're going to need to do some work to make it so that thing does not grab on your finger, but I could sit and flip this knife all day long now. So very happy about that. That little bit of a modification made all the difference in the world. This is the double detent, so you can't, I mean, you can try and shake it down in there, but there's a detent ball in this steel portion as well as in the lock bar insert. So because you've got a double detent pushing on both sides of that blade, it's not just going to fall in with the weight of the blade. It's just kind of a design thing. Not that it's not done well, just don't expect it to drop in the handle, because it's really not possible with the way it's designed. Let's go ahead and jump right into the first of my 2 modifications. As you can see, we do have a wicked edge sharpening on there, and then I gave a very crisp line and kind of did some grinding out up until that line. and as you can see, it lines right up with that cutout in the lock bar. And what that does is allows you to flick it open. So that was one of my big problems with this knife. Was originally that flipper tab was so sharp and so hard on the finger that I wanted to come up with another way to do it. And with that cutout in that lock bar, there was definitely enough room to get that in there. So I went ahead and modified these in two different ways. This one I kind of like because then this side you can't see anything's going on, and it's a little less obtrusive than the cutout, but there's more than enough there to get your fingernail in and just give it a nice flip. This one is a nice purple, blue, bronze background with your storm going through it. And again, I have buffed out all of those steel liners. If you saw my Instagram video, I changed up the coloring on this lock bar so it matched the pocket clip better. And then we've gone bronze on the standoffs on this one. And of course, gotta have your lanyard to go along with it. Lockup's nice and good. Centering is pretty good looking. Might be a slight bit to this side, but I did notice that I think it was 4 out of the 7 of those came with the blade not centered. So definitely has a good action. Taking that edge off that flipper made a big difference, and our flicker mod definitely puts it into another class. Something that you can play with a little better. Just gives you a little bit more option. So that one turned out real nice. Let's go to the other flicker mod. Okay, this one we went with a bronze to purple to bronze to blue, and then all kinds of bronze and purple in the pocket clip. Nice storm treatment. Same deal throughout the insert. Now this one we went ahead and I cut a window into it. So it's an elongated Spidey type hole. And again, just get that fingernail right in there and you are good to go. You can see that there's a little wibble wobble in there. It was my first try at this type of thing, but definitely makes this knife much more functional than it is without it. So another modification that gives you that flipping action, and as you can see, again, sharpened up on the wicked edge. Centering's pretty good. Lockup's nice on it. And this one we went with a dark purple to blue standoff on. So the flicker modifications are definitely pretty darn cool. Back to standard blade. Again, modified that little bit of the edge. Went with a purple background, that high voltage purple with that nice blue bronze storm going through it. You can see that down in that cutout, of course, as well as these. Then we went with that purple to match the background of everything else. Lockup's nice and early. Centering's pretty darn good on this one. And again, this one you're just going ahead and flipping out that way. I was considering deleting the flipper on one of these, but the way it's designed with that skeletized flipper, really didn't like the idea of cutting any more steel out of there. So that one turned out pretty sharp. That is the purple background with the blue-green storm. And then jump in here. Got a really cool teal background with a bronze and green storm running through it. Again, all buffed out. Same deal back inside. And hitting these liners. Definitely turned out pretty sharp. So, pretty good on the centering. Again, that flipper action is very nice looking. Got that nice pocket clip, lock bar insert combo. Definitely giving you the extra color and pattern. Went teal on the standoffs, and of course matching lanyard. So these are the first 5 of the 762s. We'll see how these go sales wise. Like I said, I am very pleased with this knife now that we've got those blade modifications in there. The action definitely is much improved. No pain to your finger as you flip them with the flipper tab, or if you want to go a little extra and go a little bit further out in what's been modified on it, we do have the 2 different flicker options. So all of these are now posted on the website. If you're interested, please check us out, www.jdcutlery.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.